Hi everybody, I'm Polly McKinney, Chocolate Eating Advocacy Director at Voices for Georgia's Children. Welcome to our 2-minute take. This is a thing that we do every week during the legislative session to give you cheese ball video where you can just turn it on for a couple of minutes and kind of get the lowdown on the big ticket items that are happening at the State House. So, welcome. But I thought I would do this week, instead of droning on about legislation that isn't really going yet, just tell you some of the highlights for children in the budget. It was a really awesome budget for kids. I mean, it just really was, and still is, because they don't approve it until the end of the session. It's the one bill they have to approve is the budget. So some of the highlights, and these are in not any particular order, except that they're all for kids, is $2.4 million and $2.7 million put in for a Georgia Center for Early Language and Literacy, which will be in Milledgeville, which will teach teachers how to teach reading, because it's such a core part of the progress we need to make in education. For those of you who are familiar with Move On When Ready, when kids in high school can kind of jump forward and go to college while they're in high school, they've had such demand for it that they put $16.8 million in the FY17 budget and almost $25 million in the FY18 budget. It's very exciting. Over the two budgets, they've put in about $2.7 million for telehealth and public health, which is helpful for people who are in like medical deserts and need to communicate with experts in other places for counseling or a myriad of other things. So that's kind of exciting. In the FY18 budget, it was like very exciting for kids. It was like very cool. We have almost $21 million in Medicaid designated for children with autism under the age of 21. That's huge, huge, very helpful. And there's also $2.5 million put in for behavioral health services for children from birth to 5. And I know you may find this surprising, but children that age actually do have behavioral health needs and mental health needs. So it's a really big step and a statement of good priorities in this budget. Also, there's been about $3.5 million put in, requested for pay raises for juvenile court judges who work very hard. 20% pay raise for state law enforcement officers. One of the biggest things is a 19% pay raise for DFACS, or Department of Family and Children Services, social caseworkers. These are the folks who handle some children and families in some of their most extreme circumstances. $30.9 million added for out-of-home care in FY18. Since 2013, there has been a 62% increase in out-of-home care and foster care placement in the state. Since 62% since 2013, that's enormous. Why is that? Well, because we have better reporting systems, because DFACS is doing a better job of doing its job. We have better call-ins, people are more aware of what to report and how to report. The governor's very aware of that and has requested a bunch of money for that. He's also increased the per diem for DFACS foster families. That's not the private foster families at this point. We'll see how that plays out, but it's for the DFACS foster families. One of my favorite things is the $5.5 million put in for child care subsidies. Historically, the state has not really put state money into child care subsidies. We've paid for them from federal grants, which we'll still do. But it's nice to see the state putting some skin in the game to help working families afford child care. As any of you who have kids know, child care is one of the most stressful things you can have to do with your kids, and to have a state show that it is a priority for them to be supportive of these working families is totally awesome. And so that's kind of like the big ticket items. If you really want to learn more about the budget, there's a better list in our legislative updates. And if you'd like to sign up for our legislative updates, which I would like you to sign up for our legislative updates, you can go down to the description right here and click a link, and we'll get you hooked up to receive like typed up updates, which are probably more thoughtful. I know they're more thoughtful and hopefully somewhat entertaining. There's an advocacy ask down there. What I would love for you to do, if you could, is look at that advocacy ask. Click the link and it will take you to a page with phone numbers and email addresses for the House and Senate chairman for the Appropriations Committee. And what I would love for you to do is take anything you heard today and call them up and tell them that you like it. So they need the support, they need to know we care, and that these requests the governor has made are thumbs up for kids. So that's it. I will see you next week. And that's it. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad I'm back. See ya. Bye.
The chocolate can't be good.
It is really not good. It's like